How to turn fear into courage. Fear is a well-known barrier to success and progress. You can have the best idea in the world, be desperate to join in and contribute to a discussion, or have a desire to do something spontaneous or risky, but so often fear can stand in your way. It can cause us to procrastinate, to be indecisive, to be shy, to avoid situations, or even in the worst case scenario, to run away. Being able to overcome these fears, or at least manage them better, is therefore key to showing resilience in the face of a feared challenge. So what can you do to help manage your fear better, to show courage in the face of adversity? Fear extinction is the gradual process of trying to retrain your brain to perceive a certain feared stimulus as non-fearful. Extinction happens when you face your fear and instead of receiving some form of negative feedback as you have previously, you instead experience something neutral or positive. For example, if there was someone who strikes fear into you at work, maybe they surprise you by being kind and thoughtful. An alternative approach is when you deliberately try and introduce non-fearful thoughts, experiences or perceptions into the mix and try to drown out those fearful elements of an experience. In other words, you think of something pleasant during a moment of fear. In doing so, the idea is that over time you retrain something feared into something less fearful by rewiring the learned fear circuits in your brain. However, sometimes these longer-term strategies are not sufficient. To complement them, you also need an on-the-spot fear control, an instantaneous way of controlling fear before it's able to take over your thoughts, emotions and behaviours. And this is where you need to encourage your brain's control mechanisms. Some studies have shown that when a person is faced with something feared, such as a large snake, then you can actually see the person showing courage by measuring what's going on inside their brain. Some studies have found that when people were better able to control their feelings of fear or regulate their psychological fear response, it was when they were able to then approach the snake. At the level of the brain, this was associated with activity in regions implicated in emotional control and self-regulation. This includes brain areas such as the anterior cingulate cortex, which has been shown to be able to regulate activity in the amygdala, potentially as a route for instant fear control. This kind of research also introduces the possibility that you can train your brain to become better at regulating fear. In other words, training it to show more courage. This is also supported by other evidence which suggests that some forms of meditation, in particular integrative mind-body training, can improve self-regulation through increasing the level of neural activity and blood flow in the anterior cingulate cortex. This is just one of the many examples of how you can become better at regulating your fear and showing courage in the face of adversity.